for Quick Hits, presented to you by Jose Cuervo Tequila, and I am here with the man, Michael Chandler, one of the most spectacular knockouts. Joe Rogan said it best, the best front kick knockout we have ever seen, only the 9th in UFC history. Yeah. What are you feeling in this moment?
Listen, sometimes things go perfectly according to plan. Sometimes you're swinging with a wing and a prayer. Sometimes you do something that you barely ever train in your entire life. Never would imagine in a million years that you would ever land it, let alone knock somebody out in that lights out of a fashion. That's what happened tonight. I'll be completely honest with y'all. I don't throw those a lot, mainly because I'm a sissy. I don't like my feet and my shins and my toes getting crunched up. So I don't throw them a lot because I would just hurt myself in practice, but it worked tonight.
I don't think anybody's going to be calling you a sissy anytime soon, but listen, I heard that you may have hurt your hand before you walked tonight. Is that true? How did it happen, and how bad was it?
So luckily, I won't say hand. It was a finger. Okay. Thank God. But yeah, no, I've been working a lot of left kicks, blocking, and going to the body. Yeah. So one of my best friends and training partners, D. Marquez Jackson, was just throwing him routine. He did not throw a weird kick. I checked it and stopped it weird, and he bent my finger all the way back, and I grabbed it real quick and realized I could just move it at will. But it didn't hurt. So what do? You just keep moving, keep punching, keep adrenaline going.
It bent all the way back.
It bent all the way back, and then I was able to bend it back. Okay. And then it started swelling up to where I couldn't anymore, and now I can pretty much make a fist, but I just kept hitting pads and said, hey, at this point it's a hammer, and Tony Ferguson's a nail. That's all I can think about right now.
Unbelievable first round. I mean, he clipped you a little bit. How hurt were you? And just talk about that first round.
It was probably one of the better clips I've had as far as just dropping and getting my wits back about me. Obviously, he caught me in the right eye. Tony Ferguson, man, you can say what you want about him. You can say he's on a couple fight loss streak. You can say he's over the hill, but the man has been a problem since MMA has been a big thing. Yeah. Man, the man is always a problem. He always comes, and he's a Hall of Famer, man, and he showed it tonight. He's awkward, he's long, and he's rangy, and thank God it's over.
You got the takedown soon after that, dominated the rest of that round. But talk to me about the conversation with your corner in between rounds and going into that second round. What the thought was, what the game plan was to approach the second round.
Man, I said it in the very beginning: smart and sharp, composed and confident. That's what I got to do. That's what I got to do whenever I'm winning a fight. That's what I got to do whenever I'm, see some adversity. And then we saw some adversity. I still thought, obviously I got clipped, but I won the second half of that round with the takedown and did a decent amount of ground and pound. But when you get clipped like that, your heart rate goes through the roof. You can hear the crowd. The crowd's cheering for Tony. It's already a partisan crowd here in Phoenix, Arizona on Cinco de Mayo weekend with El Cucuy, with Mexican blood. So I think we won a couple of them over, and we're going to keep on doing that till the cows come home.
I would say so. So, I mean, you've already said it a few times. You don't practice that kick. So literally,
it's the first time I practiced it ever, right there.
Right there, we saw it right there. Now three times, as many times as you practiced it ever.
I felt. I don't know. I felt the range, and every now and then I'll kind of throw it, but never meaning to actually land it. This time, I threw it with a vengeance. This time, I threw it to with ill intent, because he kind of has those hands here and his head right in the middle. Yeah. So I was looking for. I wanted to look for some stuff up the middle, and I wasn't getting the range. And
you had the range.
Okay, good. Well, on the front kick, I did. I wasn't getting the range with the punches, and so I'm not 100% happy with my performance. 100% happy with getting the finish with my wife and son here, because that was a lot of pressure. And it's Mother's Day tomorrow, so I'm just glad it's over. You know how it is. Yeah. When it's over, thank God. Yeah.
Talk to me about the emotion that we saw pour out of you when you hopped out on top of the cage, and I imagine you were looking at Hap.
I couldn't find him. I was just like, where is my son? I was trying to find him. I didn't know where they were sitting. There was so much pressure. That young man, I love him so much, and we have another son at home now who I haven't even really gotten to be father to yet, and I wanted to win for him. He woke up this morning and said, "Daddy's never losing again," and I'm like, well, buddy, Daddy doesn't play baseball or one of these other sports where there's a team. This is and when the weight finally lifted, I was just and I saw him in his little green shirt and my beautiful wife, and it's just this tonight was a dream come true. You couldn't have you could have scripted it a couple different ways where I didn't get hit and dropped and got a black eye, but
it's a better story this way.
It's fighting, exactly.
It's a better story. And speaking of I mean, I don't want to say scripted, but prepared for the moment that the call out. Talk to me about your true preference. Do you want the Conor fight, or do you want the winner of tonight's main event?
You know, listen, I got into the sport to be a champion. For me, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
It really is, because I want to be a champion in the sport. I want to put a UFC belt around that young man's waist and around her waist and around our new son Ace's waist. Well, not waist, he's a tiny little baby now. But, you know, I want to become champion. That's why I got into this sport. But I want to reach the masses. I want to touch every corner of the globe with these talents that God has given me. And you do that when you fight Conor. You do that when those lights are the brightest, when that stage is the biggest, and whenever you're fighting an international sports icon like Conor McGregor. So it's a tough call. I mean, if those are my two options, obviously we got a decision to make. But obviously, you know, the UFC, the best promoters on the entire planet who have quarterbacked this entire industry to where it is. So they're going to make their decision. And all I know is I'm going to be here resting up, loving on these 3 heartbeats.
Yeah.
And we'll see when that phone rings.
You said this week, I got to go out there and prove that I am that guy. You are that guy.
I feel like I'm that guy. I feel like I was that small guy from a small town who was taught to do small things, and somehow I just kept on going. And I'm not supposed to be here, but I got here, and it's just Missouri born and raised.
Right,
you know,
we know about that, don't we?
Exactly,
don't we?
so.
Missouri shows up. Absolutely. Michael, thank you so much. Congratulations. Regardless of the next opponent, we're all going to want to see it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Guys, keep it locked in right here. More quick hits presented to you by Jose Cuervo Tequila coming your way.